YouTube family, what is up? Hope you had a great weekend and hope you had a great time with your mom. Over the weekend, it was Mother's Day. My mom is currently in Vietnam. She's living with my uncle. For those of you who don't know, I think about 2 years ago, I don't remember. As I get older, man, my memory is not as good, but my mom went through the whole thing of, she basically has a stroke. So she went to the hospital and dude, it's a long story, but overall, I thank God that my mom is still here and she's very healthy. She just now have a dementia, so she doesn't remember things as much. So she went back to Vietnam, living with my uncle. She's having a great time. I was able to send her some money, and they went out and eat. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate repair costs for those of you with no experience. You don't have to have any construction background or any real estate experience to know how to figure out the repair costs. And I'm going to show you under 5 minutes, okay? So after this, you have a clear picture of like, hey, how do I figure out repair costs, okay? But first off, let me show you a picture of my mom. I think she turned 78. She's in Vietnam, man. She's living good, man, because you don't need a whole lot of money to live good in Vietnam. She's the one that's in blue. She's the one. She's right there. She's living good, man. So you know, like with $100, dude, it goes a long way. $100 goes a long way in my country. Okay. But anyways, in this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate repair costs under 5 minutes. I'm going to make it so simple that any one of you, you know, after this, you will have the confidence that you know what you're doing. Okay. Now this is just a ballpark number. It's not the exact number. It's a ballpark. But I think a ballpark number is good enough for you to give you the confidence to understand what you're doing so you can make the seller a fair and intelligent offer. Okay. So first off, you got to understand light rehab. So this is what I use. This is what I teach my VA to use. Okay. To make an offer to the seller as quickly as possible, right? Is that light rehab. Okay. A light rehab. So this is something we ask the seller over the phone. I've been virtually wholesaling for the past 6+ years. We don't meet the seller. We don't see the property. Everything is locked under contract over the phone. So we ask them, hey, what needed to be done? If it's a light rehab, paint and carpet, maybe a few other minor things, very small. Like a light rehab, I would use a $15 to $20 per square feet. Okay, $15 to $20 per square feet. So let's just say that property is 1,500 square feet. And now 15 to 20 bucks depending on your market, depending on your area. If you live in Seattle, you live in California, New York, the more expensive market, then you probably want to go with a higher number. So in this case, if I use $20 per square feet, you take $20 times 1,500, that's about $30,000, okay, to do a light rehab on a house that is 1,500 square feet. Now, once again, this is just a ballpark number. It's not exact, but it's give you a ballpark enough. This number should give you within that ballpark, okay? It shouldn't be a massive difference, okay? And once again, everything can be renegotiated. And I will show you how do you figure out even more exact rehab number, okay? So that would cost you about $30,000 to do a light rehab on the house that is 1,500 square feet. Now, if you're in a cheaper market, so how do you know you're in a cheaper market? Well, you look at cost of living, look at house price, look at the minimum wage. So if you're in like Columbus, Ohio, you know, Columbus, Ohio, go with $15. If you're in a more expensive market, always go with the higher numbers, okay? Now, if it's a medium rehab, that is paint, carpet, kitchen, bathrooms, remodel, okay? Windows, maybe in here as well, okay? $25 to $35 per square feet. So if you take $35 times 1,500, that's $52,000 to rehab a medium rehab for a house. Once again, this is just a rough ballpark numbers, and that is all you need, because a lot of you're not making your offer fast enough because you're stuck on this, right? Because you don't have the experience. You don't know how to calculate rehab, so you're afraid. Okay, once again, this will give you a good enough ballpark number to make the offer and put that property in the contract. If you're in a cheaper market, go with a lower price. Same thing. A heavy rehab. I'm talking about like complete gut job. Electrical, plumbing, okay? Kitchen, bathroom, updated, new flooring, new windows, new roof. Like a complete gut job, a redo of the house. Like when you do a gut job, it's almost like buying a brand new home, okay? The only thing that's probably left is the frame. The frame is the only thing that's probably old. Everything else is probably new when it comes to a heavy rehab. So I would say $50 to $70 per square feet. Once again, if you're in a more expensive market, use $70. So if you take $70 times 1,500 square feet, okay, that puts you at about $105,000 to do a heavy rehab, to remodel this house. That is 1,500 square feet, okay? Now, once again, this is just a ballpark. So how we do it is that typically I get a property on the contract. This is what I tell my VA to use. Then once you get the property on the contract, I'm going to then send my buyers to go out there to do the inspection. And your buyer will be the one to give you the exact amount, because they're probably going to bring the contractor with them. They probably have more experience, right? And they're going to go out there and they're going to look at the property. We don't go. I send the buyer to go. And the buyer's going to come back with a list. And the buyer's going to be like, hey, Kong, dude, I don't think it's going to cost $30,000, bro. It's going to cost $35,000. Or maybe they'll tell you it's $30,000. You're dead on. Or they can say $25,000. But they will never say less. They will always say more because they want to negotiate with you on the price, right? But what happened is over time, you're going to gain that experience from your buyers. So your buyer's going to come out. They're going to come back with a list. They're going to be like, yeah, you know what? It's paint, carpet, but it needs more than that, Kong. You know, this house is going to need paint. It's going to need carpet. It's going to need this. And here's how we arrive with our numbers. And sometimes they'll even send you a bid of the rehab cost. So over time, you're going to take that and you're going to put in your notes. So the next time when you talk to a seller, you understand, right, everything that they mentioned. You now realize, oh, it doesn't cost $30,000, but it actually costs $32,000 or $35,000. And when you do it enough, and over time, that's how you get your experience. And you're going to get better and better and better at calculating these rehab costs, so your number becomes more and more accurate, okay? But at first, when you're starting out, when you are new, when you beginners, right, you haven't done much deals, this right here would give you enough ballpark to give you the confidence to get to do your formula, your wholesaling formula, and then to put that property in a contract. And like I said, based on this numbers and based on the amount of repairs, there shouldn't be a massive difference. Which means if they tell you all it needs paint, carpet, and you go with the formula, and you're like, yep, you estimate it to be $30,000, it cannot come back. It cannot come back and it's be like, oh, it's going to cost $50,000, right? That's a massive difference, okay? But this will give you within that ballpark. I would say like plus or minus 5 to 10,000. All right? Little commercial break for those of you. For those of you who haven't got my book, in my book, I also show you exactly the formula, the layout, and I think I also hooked you up with 2 tools that you can use. One is I'm going to hook you up with a ARV calculator, a calculator that shows you, you plug in the number and it'll do the job for you. It'll tell you what the ARV of the property is. And for those of you who don't know what an ARV is, it means after repair value. What does the property worth after fix up? And I'll hook you up with that calculator for free. Number 2 is I also have a rehab calculator where you punch in what needed to be done, and it tells you how much the rehab cost would be. All AI, man. So if you want a copy of the book, okay, here's what you're going to do. All you need to do is go to WTMbook.com, put in your name, put in your email, and it'll send you a link, and then you can also go to Amazon. You can purchase it, and then once after all that is done, check your email. That's when we send you the freebies, those 2 calculators, okay? Now, for those of you, if you already got my book, if you can do me a huge favor, if you can go to Amazon, please drop me a review on it. Trying to get back to number 1, trying to get back to, that 5-star review. If you can, It truly means the world to me. We put a lot of work into the book, and I gave you so much information in the book. There's no BS, okay? Every single chapter is full of information, knowledge, and value that you can implement right away, okay? So with that out of the way, I got another gift for you, YouTube family. I got another gift for you. So for those of you who want the 3-day replay challenge that I did, I think a couple weeks ago, I did a 3-day challenge, and it has helped my previous 3-day challenge, which I did like a year ago, has helped Brian and so many others close their first deal. Brian closed his first deal just from the 3-day challenge, and I think he made $18,000. He sent me a picture of the checks. We also posted on our website, right? Great testimonial. So anyways, if you want the 3-day challenge, time is limited. I'll give it to you for free, no cost. All you need to do is click the link. There's a link in the description, okay? Put your name, put your email. I'll send you the 3-day challenge. And here's what included in the 3-day challenge. Day 1, I'm going to show you how to find these distressed property nationwide. I don't care what city, what state you're in. All you need is a laptop, a phone, and internet connection. I'll show you how to do it from the comfort of your own home. You don't even need to leave. You don't need to even drive for dollars, okay? I'm going to show you how to do it completely virtual. Day 2 is I'm going to show you how to talk and negotiate with the seller. That's your biggest problem. How do you get on the phone? How do you make an offer? How do you lock it up on the contract? Okay, I'm going to show you on day 2. Okay, day 3 is obviously once you got under contract, I'm going to show you how to find the buyers and sell your contract over to them and make that money. All right. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to share with you in that 3-day challenge. And each one of them are jam-packed with information and execution and showing you exactly what you need to do. Link is in the description. All right. Antonio said, hey, Kong, I got your book, but I'm still waiting on the freebies. Anthony, did you go do, okay, so to make sure that you get the freebie, Antonio, I'm sorry, I call you Anthony. My bad, bro. Antonio, so you can get the freebie, you need to go to WTMbook.com, fill out your information, okay? Fill out your information, bro, because without your email, there's no way I can send it to you, all right? What other questions? Phil, yep. Phil said, how judge a property, whether to heavy gut or go ahead and tear it down? So most of the time, Phil, I would say that most of the time, it is definitely not a tear down. It's not a tear down. But most people look at a gut job like a tear down. A tear down to me is like, dude, the frame has to be totally damaged. And typically these are fire damage house. So the fire damage house, or it's been, I mean, the frame has to be destroyed, man. Like it's leaning, and then the frame has to be almost gone. As long as the foundation is good and the frame is still good, it's not a tear down, right? So if you look at it, if it's if it needs everything, let's just say you talk to a seller and the seller said, "Oh yeah, it needs everything. It's built in 1900s, right? It needs new electrical, new plumbing. We have never updated before. You know, the roof is bad, the windows bad, like everything is bad. You know that's a gut job. It's not a tear down. Okay? So hopefully that will help you, okay? What other question you guys got? Drop in the chat. Also, too, is I want to say one more thing, okay? Who else have a question? So do you guys like this? I mean, that was pretty straightforward, all right? And this has helped me a lot when I first started. My mentor, well, the number was a lot cheaper back then when I first started because cost of, inflation cost of labor, cost of material. But when I started 12 years ago, my mentor laid this out for me, and it makes it so easy for me to understand, so I can figure out the numbers, right? My calculations, so I can make the offer to the seller. And I know a lot of you have been getting a lot of DMs, a lot of message that a lot of you are stuck on this. You're like, Kong, I don't even know what things go for. Like, I don't know what it costs to rehab the property, so I'm kind of stuck. So hopefully this will help you unclear a lot of that, and then obviously helped you keep on rocking and rolling, okay? Okay, since you guys don't have any questions, I do want to say one last thing before I bounce, is I know some of you will be like, well, Kong, how do I get to work with you and your team? A lot of you have been asking me, Kong, about the mentorships and coaching. Now, this is for those of you who be like, hey, Kong, I would love to spend the next 6 months with you and your team because you need that hands-on training. We'll take you by your hands. We'll show you every step of the way. We'll give you 24/7 support. I'll give you all the tools, the resource, the training, all of that, all right, to actually help you, take you from where you are to closing your first deal or closing the next deal. Because a lot of time, a lot of you also got that lucky, you did a one-hit wonder. Okay, I want to make sure that how can we get you from not closing a deal to closing your first deal the quickest, okay? Cut down your learning curve the quickest, and then help you start doing one deal a month. So imagine if you can close one deal a month and make $25,000 per deal. That's my average wholesale deal. My average, I would say like now the average wholesale deal is probably between right around $20,000. So imagine if you can just do one of those a month. And listen, guys, you can literally build $1 million wholesaling business, $1 million a year wholesaling business with just you and maybe 1 or 2 other team members, typically VAs, okay? You don't need a lot. You don't need a big operations to do, let's just say $500K a year or $600K a year. I mean, this is for those of you who are looking for a second stream of income, okay? Who's looking for a second stream of income, or you're like, Kong, I want to be able to learn this. So one day I can, if I make more than my JO to B, I'll be able to quit and go all this full time and being able to obviously control your own schedule, control your own destiny. Okay. So for those of you, if you're interested in that, you want to sign up for the coaching, for the mentorship, I'm going to give you, book a call with my team. Okay. Go to coachwithkong.com. And just book a call, get on the phone with my team, and they'll go through everything with you and making sure that we are a good fit. But my goal on that is to guide you every step of the way and show you exactly how to get to your first deal or your next deal the quickest. Okay, but I need a 6-month commitment. If you can't commit for 6 months, then don't do it. Okay. Jamie said, are you still offering free skip tracing? Jamie, that is correct. So Jamie, obviously, you know, we get people who sign up, and obviously people who, you know, maybe they don't have the budget anymore, so they don't sign up for the software. So every single time when people cancel, then there is spot available. So Jamie, I would tell you right now that there are still spot available if you are looking to sign up for the software. I will pay for your skip tracing as long as you have the software, Jamie. Right? So unlimited skip tracing as long as you have the software. So for those of you, man, they made it so easy now, Jamie, that once you log in, obviously they pull the money out of my fund when you skip trace. But once you log into the software, Jamie, you pull up the property address and literally their phone number is right there. So there's no such thing as you don't have to worry about going through upload, download, export, and all of that. You're able to pull up a list of distressed property, click on a property, it'll show you all. Like they'll show you all the information about the property plus the owner phone number. Isn't that crazy? Like they'll show you they'll show you their home phone, they'll show you their cell phone, sometimes even their email address. Okay? Which is really cool. So I hope that helps. Derek said, hey Kong, as an entrepreneur, how do you go about health insurance? So I mean, for health insurance, Derek, I think Lon and I think it costs us about $1,000 a month for Lon and I to get our own insurance. I think it could be cheaper, so $500 for each one of us. So I mean, that's just something that comes along with obviously being an entrepreneur and building your own business, right? But it could be cheaper. I don't remember. I have to ask the wifey to verify that information. But obviously, if you're self-employed, you own your own business, then you got to pay for your own insurance. What other questions? Would DocuSign allow us to upload your document into their platform? Derek, the answer is yes. The answer is yes, dude. And that's who we use, dude, is DocuSign. So for those of you who don't know, how do you send your purchase and sale agreement to the seller or to your buyer, the assignment agreement virtually, then DocuSign, right there. All right, you get to upload it, send it, boom, 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 boom. It's so easy to use as well. All right. Okay, guys, I appreciate each and every single one. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me show you. Let me show Jamie and everybody else really quick the software I'm talking about here. Look, just watch how easy it is now. Okay, and then after this, I will bounce. I'm going to share screen right here. Boom, share. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. This. Okay, so now let's just put in a Seattle, Washington. Okay. Here it is, Seattle, Washington. And we also see here, we see the results. We click on the property. Boom. You see that? Jamie, do you guys see that? Look at Jamie. Look. So this, the badass thing about them is they continue to update their software, Jamie. They just want to make it easier and easier for people to use. Before that, I hated it. I got to pull the list. I got to download it. I got to upload it. I got to click this. I got to click this. I got to export. I was like, dude, this give me a headache because obviously I'm not a high-tech guy. And I know some of you are not high-tech either, you know, so it's so confusing for me. But they have made it, Jamie. Look at that. You click on a property and right there, it will show you. It will even tell you, do not call. They're on the do not call list or not. Look, do not call. Do not call. There's the mobile. Boom. Look at that. So easy. Derek said, what is the software? Okay. So Derek, here's the software, man. Just go to kingdata.ai, Derek. And for any one of you who sign up for the software today, I will pay for your skip tracing. So you never, ever have to pay for skip tracing again. Ever again. So imagine that. So Derek, punch in your city and your state. Watch how quickly I can pull up absentee owner. Punch in your city and your state. Derek, Jamie's, or whoever it is, whoever wants to play along. Okay. So anyone who sign up, and if you're new, Derek, I recommend that start out with the basic plan. If you're new, start out with the basic because it's $149 a month. It's a month-to-month, Derek, or you can pay for the whole entire year. It's up to you. If you pay for the whole entire year, you save about $600, but you pay everything up front, and then you won't pay again until the next year of this time. But okay, Houston, Texas, watch this. Dude, this makes life, Derek, so much easier, dude, and much more efficient, much more efficient. So all I need to do is go Houston, Texas, Houston, Texas, right there. Click on it. Bam. Look at that. And then go to filter. We want just absentee owner. Bam. Just click on absentee owner. What the heck is going on here? Sorry, guys. My computer, my internet. Oh, jeez. And then boom. What the heck? Okay, here it is. Absentee owner leads. Come on. It's not cooperating. Okay. Let me go back here. Let's go back. Okay, let's click on filter. Look at that. See, absentee owner. I don't care about apartment. I don't care about others. I don't care about townhouse. I don't care about condo. So you can get rid of all your filter. You just make it simple. All I really want is single family, multifamily, and I want them to be absentee owner. And Derek, look how many is in your city right now, bro. Hold on a second. You can really filter this out. You want lien type. You want date of the liens. You want owner type. Like, there's so much. So we might have to filter this out quite a bit, dude. Look at that. There's 145,000 people. So let's just say that we want them to be absentee owner, but maybe also to is out of state. So in state, we want them out of state. So it's going to show us there's 14,000 right here. So this, here's another cool thing, Derek. Derek, here's another cool thing. You see all this in blue? Dude, you see all this in blue? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 property that's currently under contract right now, Derek, in Houston, Texas, that you can reach out to the wholesaler. You just click on contact seller. That's a wholesale. Look, wholesale deal available. Now you can reach out to them, Derek, and JV the deal. So while you're trying to find your own deal, Derek, by leveraging the software, you can reach out to other wholesaler that already has the property on a contract and JV with them. And typically a JV deal, Derek, is a 50-50 split. Where, like guys, where can you find property that's under contract right in front of your eyes within a click. Just only costs you $149 a month. And let's just say for some of you, this might be your move. Instead of doing wholesale, you just JV. You go under you can literally go in any city, any states. Once you have access to this software, you can go on any city, any states, and then you can just JV. You can reach out to the wholesaler. You'll be like, hey, I love to JV with you. And typically JV is a 50-50 split, which means if they're going to make $20,000 on that wholesale fee, you bring a buyer, you make $10K. You make $10K for a $149 investment. I don't know about you, man, but damn, that sounds like a good deal to me. So the beauty about JV deal is you don't need to talk to buyer seller, right? You don't need to put property in a contract. You just find someone who already has a deal, link them up with your buyers. That's it. That's easy, okay? I'm going to start out small, then eventually scale up. Derek, I absolutely agree with you, dude. I think that's the best move, dude. Start small and then start scaling up, okay? That's how it works. The slow and steady always win the race. Always win the race. Okay? So look at that. And now watch this, Derek. Let's just say that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Four deal under contract right now, Derek, that you click on contact seller. It'll give you the information of that wholesaler. You reach out to them and bam. Now look, this deal right here. All you need to do, Derek, you click on it. Never have to worry about skip tracing again, bro. I pay for your skip tracing. You see that, Derek? Everybody else as well? Look, Brian, even his email. Dude, his wifey, Madison, too much exposure. You see, so they're on the do not call list, but doesn't mean you can't send them an email. And a lot of you be like, well, Colin, what do I say in my email? Very simple. Hey, my name is Derek. I'm a local investor, or I work with a group of investors, however you want to say it. Hey, we're interested in making you a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer on your property located at 1246 Omar Street in Houston, Texas. Are you interested in selling it, or at least get a free, no risk, no obligation cash offer from us? Bam, blast it out. You just sit there and email, call. And when you do it enough, my friend, all you need is one deal. Bam, game over. A lot of you overthink. You see, you only need one deal a month, my friend. That's it. You don't need 10 deals. You don't need 5 deals. You just need one. And I do believe that with the right tools, with the right technologies, which is right here, right? You can get access to all these property nationwide just with a few click of a button. And you obviously got to put in the work because nothing works if you don't. And no risk, no reward. For those of you who's afraid to risk $149 to get the software, but you don't know that this right here could get you this, the 20K, the 25K. One of my students used this exact same software, closed his first deal, I think a little bit a month ago. He made $35,000. When you close one deal, let's just say for 20K, or even let's just go less, even for 10,000. How much is that paid toward your, dude, this can pay for your software for 5 years. Even more, actually more, yeah, probably. So a lot of you need to understand that, scared money doesn't make money. And a lot of time now when you go out for a nice dinner, it probably costs you more than the $149, but it's gone. It doesn't give you anything in return. So if I was in that position, I would eat top ramen for like a month. Dude, I would eat top ramen for a month to be able to have the liquid cash to make the investment into the software that I need to get me out of top ramen to eating lobster. Trade the short-term pain, man, for the long-term gain. There's never something for nothing, my friend. You got to be willing to make the trade-off. And the trade-off, obviously, got to be more rewarding, okay? I can't pronounce your name, which I'm sorry. I am a construction worker and don't have too much time to cold call and keep up with calls, so you recommend any other ways to contact seller. I'm thinking of a VA, but I don't know of a good one. So yeah, man, I mean, listen, if you have a busy schedule, you can also do co-wholesaling, which I just show you. Co-wholesaling is great, right? JV deal, same thing. Find someone that already has a deal, boom, JV with them. You can also send out text blasts. You can do text blasts. There's a software that you can do, which means before you go to work, you send out a massive text blast, and then you just wait, dude. You wait for them to respond back to your text. So there's no cold calling. You can also do another way, man. It's called direct mail, which you can also do it for right here in the software. Let me go back. Okay, let me go back. Okay, here we are, right? Okay, so we go filter, and then bam. So we got 14,000, which is too much, dude. But right here, all you need to do, hit on direct mail, bro. And that thing, dude, will take you through a guide, less than 5 minutes. You got your marketing campaign set up. But but remember, when you do direct mail, when you send out postcard, you send out letters, they cost more money. You know, this direct mail is for those of you who have the money, but you don't have the time. So you would send out like these once a month or twice. Twice a month or once a month, whatever your whatever your marketing plan budget is. And you're just playing a fishing game. You're waiting for them to call you instead of you calling them. Once again, direct mail is expensive. That's why it's only for those of you who have more money than time. Okay? Ethan said, how do I get started without any money? So Ethan, check out my 3-day challenge, which is the link in my description. It's free to sign up, bro. And in those 3-day challenge, man, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to close your first deal. Okay? But Ethan, I would say, dude, like you would need, at least you would need $149 for the software, man. Okay, Ethan, you would need $149, dude, for the software. And if you tell me, Ethan, that you cannot come up with the $149 to make the investment into yourself and into your business, to potentially, because nothing is guaranteed in life, to make you $10,000 or $20,000 in return, then I would say this, Ethan, you don't have what it takes. And I'm just be upfront with you, and I just want to be real with you. Save you time, right? Because I'm sure there's something in your house or something that you can sell, okay, that you can save $149, man. And let's just say that you don't have it now, but here's how it is, my friend. $149 divided by 30 days. All you need to do is save $5 a day. So if you tell me you can't even save $5 a day to accumulate so you can get to $149 in the next month to invest in a software that can possibly change your life or make you more money, once again, nothing is guaranteed in life. No risk, no reward. But the best investment that you can ever make, Ethan, and everyone that's watching, is into yourself and into your business. And Ethan, I'm sure you spent more than $149 a month on BS stuff. Eating out, Starbucks, all of that, dude. I'm sure every single one of you, probably, I don't care if you say you got money or no money, but every single one of you, dude, end up spending more than $149 on junk. So if you tell me that you got money to spend on junk, but you don't got money to spend on a software, then obviously you choose excuses over making money. Phil, last question, and I am going to wrap this up, okay? Do flipper usually keep bricks home in today's market? I see a brick vacant home near me, but seem old. Phil, you need to understand this. The older the house, the crappier it looks, the uglier it looks, the more money you're going to make on it. Because nobody wants it. One man trash is another man treasure. Okay, so the worse it looks, the better it is for you. Which means nobody wants it. You want it because you know what to do with it and how to make money off of it. So the seller will be like, oh man, everybody, it's been sitting there. Nobody wants it. All of a sudden this guy came by and dang, he wants my ugly house. Lock it under contract and I promise you, you make so much money on that ugly house, okay? So it's not about the nice house, dude. The uglier it is, the more it looks like it's a tear down, the more money you're going to make on it, man. Because you're able to scoop that deal for the price of the land. And you turn around and sell for the price of the house. That's how you do it, Phil, okay? So once again, those are opportunity. And when you don't see what I see, or like, that's opportunity loss. You know, so look, so I got into real estate about 12 years ago. I started to drive around all the missed opportunity that I threw away because I didn't know how to wholesale. So this is about, I would say, 11 years ago. A realtor brought me this deal. It was an apartment. It was a 20 units, and I did a video on it. It was a 20-unit apartment. Dude, let me show you guys this. This is one of my biggest regret. One of my biggest regret, man. It cost me over $500,000. Okay? So let me do the number with you guys really quick here. And I do not want to see you guys miss out on these opportunity ever again. I don't care if you fix and flip. I don't care if you buy and hold. But you will come to a time where you will not have enough capital to buy them all. So what do? You got to be able to know how to wholesale them. So this was a listing. Back 11 years ago, dude, you can find a ton of deals on the MLS. So at that time, they were asking, I think, $850,000 for this apartment. It was a 20 units apartment in a great location in downtown where I freaking live. Dude. And the reason why they actually, it was listed for 1.2 or 1.3. Okay. And the agent brought it to me I think it was at a 1.1, I think somewhere around $1 million. The agent brought it to me and said, hey, Kong, the seller, you know, it's listed for 1.2, but now they're willing to drop the price. The reason why is because, hold on a second. Let me remove this. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. The reason why, hold on. Dude, this story, man, drives me nuts still. Okay, the reason why is because the seller was doing a 1031 exchange. They saw a bigger opportunity in Texas. They saw a bigger opportunity in Texas. So they're willing to sell this at a loss, because if they don't, they probably would have to pay Uncle Sam 40%. And they would lose out on this big opportunity in Texas. So they were desperate. They were investors. They were desperate. So I came in and I said, so the agent's like, hey, Kong, I think you can scoop it up for $850. But guess what I did? At that time, I turned it down. I turned it down because obviously I'm not in a position to buy property at that time. But knowing what I know today, I could have locked this property on the contract, my friend, and turn around and make $500,000. I could have locked it on the contract at $850,000. Would probably get away with a $5,000 EMD, because the seller just want to be done. They were running out of time on their 1031. I could have get away with this, and I could have wholesaled to my investor, man, and made 500 G's. You know how much this apartment worth today? I think this apartment is worth, God, I can't remember. I think it's probably going to be, it's probably worth about, I would say probably 3 to 4 M right now. That apartment. Dude, I could have made $500,000. But I did not know what I did not know. And this is why, my friend, this is missed opportunity costs. If I would, and this happened to me so many times. So I've been driving around my city, going back to all my missed opportunity and doing a video on it. Because I don't want to see you miss out on this opportunity. Because you don't need to. That's why I want to show you how to wholesale. Once again, for some of you, you might be a flipper. You might want to buy, fix, and flip property. But there's going to be a time in your life you're going to be tapped out. You don't have enough capital to buy them all. Okay? So which means, dude, this is where wholesaling comes in. And I could have made this much money, guys, in 15 days. In 15 days. Know what I know today. So don't let this be you. Okay. So let me show you how to do it. Okay. Once again, you can either come and be one of my students. Just go to coach. Just go to coachwithkong.com. Okay. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys that are here. I apologize I didn't get to all of your questions, but I got another meeting I got to go to. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope this video adds so much value to you. And if it does, boom, smash the thumbs up. If you're new to the family, welcome. And I'll be sure to, boom, smash that subscribe button. Until next time, fam, take care. And let's go get this money. I'm out.